whisper to someone sitting next to you. See how many things you can come up with about a cat and a dog. What's the same? What's different? Compare, contrast. Raise your hand and tell me if you came up with something that is the same about a cat or a dog. And I wish I had a marker and I could just write right on here. Yes, go ahead. A dog is bigger than a cat. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this. I've got cat. I've got dog. All right. And you said that a dog is bigger than a cat. Is the dog always going to be bigger than a cat? Not always. So when we think about this, let's try to think about the important parts that's always going to be accurate. Because if I write it up here, I want it to always be true. So good thinking. Usually bigger. But what else? What could be always true? What are some other things we can compare? I like how many hands I'm seeing. Colton?
They both have 4 legs.
Okay. So unless something got injured, right? They're going to have 4 legs. So I have cat over here. I have dog over here. In this middle part, I can put 4 legs because that's the same. Who else has something? Navia? Did I say it? Nevea. Pretty name. Thank you.
They both make noise.
They both make noise. Okay. So I can put noise here, and I had kind of given a clue up there to show that they can both make noise. Is the noise the same?
No.
What would be the noise over here? Help me write it.
M-E-O-W.
And what would be the noise over here? So how can I write that?
W-O-O-M.
What's another way to write that? I heard someone say it.
Bark.
Bark. Could be another word.
Bark.
Should be the same. Okay, let's try to get one more up here for this. A quiet hand I'm going to call on Sophia.
Cats have whiskers?
Cats have whiskers. Do dogs have whiskers?
Yeah.
Tell me what they did.
Yes.
I think most dogs have whiskers. I just don't think that they're like as strong or maybe as long. So if we're comparing, we could maybe put over here the whiskers are stronger and maybe weaker whiskers over here. But that's something I would have to maybe check. So I'm going to do this because I don't want to put it up there. I'm going to put whiskers. And that could be something that we could research to find out where is it going to go. Okay? Excellent. I'm going to stop you for right now. We can come back to this. And I want to practice with one more thing. So I can determine importance and compare and contrast with words and pictures. So taking a look at this, boys and girls, this big word here, help me read it, is transportation. I know that transportation means different ways to get from places, from A to B. So one way to have transportation is a car. One way to have transportation is a bike. What's another way to have transportation? Cameron? Is there your name right? A skateboard. Sure. Tyrone?
A subway.
A subway. Good one. You guys are good. Elena? Elena?
It's Alia.
Aliana. Pretty.
You could get there by boat.
You could get there by boat. Okay, so we have boat, we have subway, we have train. Yes? A scooter. You guys know all sorts of transportation. If your hand is still up, whisper to someone sitting next to you and tell them your idea.
race car.
All right. And 3, 2, 1. Eyes back on me. Transportation. That means that our voices are off. If our eyes are up here. So, I'm still working on determining importance, right? So when I look at this poster, boys and girls, I think that the author, whoever made this poster, is trying to show me that there are many different ways to get from place to place because they titled it transportation, so that's my big clue that that's the main idea. And then they gave me 2 examples, okay? Now, if I kept going, I could start to compare and contrast. Example, which one is going to be faster? Car or bike? Colton? Car might be faster. Which one is going to be better exercise? You can say it.
Bike.
So I can compare and contrast and find out what's the same, what's different. The same is they both help me get somewhere. They both are a way to travel. Different is how fast, maybe if you want exercise or not. Lots of different ways we can compare and contrast. Main idea, different ways to get somewhere. Transportation. What's that word?
Transportation.
Fantastic. When I'm reading, there are some clue words that authors give me because reading is like being a detective a lot, right? When I'm reading, I can look for these words in order to know if the author is trying to tell me that you can compare and contrast. Example. What is that?
Also alike.
Good job. Next two.
Two different, but different. While same.
Okay, so if I'm reading a sentence and all of it says blah, 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 blah is 2, are they trying to show me that they're comparing is the same or that it's different, they're contrasting? They're trying to show 2, they're comparing, it's also the same, right? If I'm reading a sentence and it says blah, 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 but now what is it probably going to do?
Change it. It's not the same.
It's going to probably show something that's different, right? So some of these words are showing that something is about to happen that's different, and some of these are keywords showing something is about to happen that's the same. Compare, contrast. So let's try this. If it says also, same or different, do you think?
Same.
Same. Keyword that something's going to be the same. 2, same. Alike,
Same.
different.
No. Different.
Do you think if the word different is in your story, it's about to show you that something's the same or different?
Same.
Different. If it says the word different, it's probably be different. How about this one?
Yeah. No.
Different. If you read the word but, it's probably about to show you that something is different. They're contrasting something.
Different.
What do you think about that one?
No. Yes.
Same, different?
Same.
Okay, so a giraffe is tall while, what else is tall?
A giraffe.
What else is tall? Yes? A dolphin could be tall. A giraffe is tall while a mouse is short. Does it show something is different or the same? Different. If you see this word, pay attention because it's about to tell you that something is maybe a little different. And finally, same. That's a pretty easy one. Those are our keywords to target into. Today, when you go to read, here is what I would like you to do. If you're coming to the table with me, we're going to practice together. If you're going to reading on your own, this is what I would like you to do. Look for these key words if you're reading, okay? If you notice those keywords or you notice that you're comparing or contrasting something with your reading, I want you to remember because you can come back and share that out. Or you might notice that you're just determining an important part. Read this with me. One thing that is the same about blank and blank is. See if you can come up with a sentence that fits your book for that. Try this one. A clue that helped me compare is. Look for those keywords. How about this one? A clue that helped me contrast is. What does contrast mean again? Yes?
Tell the differences.
If something contrasts, exactly right. It's going to tell you the difference. So I want you to try and find things today that you can compare and contrast in your reading, and then determine the important part. Deal?
But
No.
what if it's just T-O, not T-O-O?
Oh my gosh, did you hear what he just said? Really good question. He said, what if when you're reading, you see this word and not T-O-O? Is that a key word that's going to tell you that something is the same or also happening?
No.
Good thinking. Wow. I can tell you're going to be really good at being a detective when you're reading today. I am going to try to see if a couple people can give me an example of something that they determined was important and compared and contrasted in their reading today. Okay? Maybe it will even be from my small group. So, would my small group, if you know who you are, stand up, tiptoe to the desk, please. All you need is a pencil.